This is the fastest and most efficient way to learn to speak Spanish. I'm talking, of course, about the language islands technique. The language islands technique is extremely simple. You need to write down everything you want to say in every single situation in Spanish, and you need to translate it into Spanish, create audio files, and then learn the text and learn the audio. And that's it. You learn to understand it and you learn to say all your lines. And someone's going to say in the comment section that learning a language is more than learning lines and memorizing sentences. And you're wrong. If you learn enough lines, you can speak the language. If you learn 10 lines, you can introduce yourself in the language a little bit. But if you learn 1,000 lines, you can have pretty decent conversations. And if you learn 10,000 lines, you're fluent in the language. That's how it works. So, how do we use language islands to learn Spanish? Again, first make a list of topics, conversations, situations, interactions, all the contexts and all the conversation topics in which you want to speak Spanish or you will have to speak Spanish. And then you write down everything you want to say or that you'll have to say that you think you should say in each one of those conversations, situations, interactions. And once you've got a huge list of phrases ordered by topic, this one you can see that it's for introducing myself. Like, buenos días, buenas noches, ¿cómo te llamas? Mi nombre es Mikel, blah, blah, blah. Where you're from, and then you give some information about them. It's not just yes or no questions and then yes or no answers or one-liners. The more details you give, the better. I'm from Basque Country; it's a small region, north of Spain, south of France, blah blah blah. We speak a different language there, etc. So then, if you learn, that's an island. If you learn 3, 4, 5 sentences about your hometown, and you memorize a whole paragraph, whenever someone asks you, you can just regurgitate the whole 5 sentence paragraph, and then you look amazing. You sound super fluent, and they will continue talking to you in the language because they think, oh, this guy speaks Spanish really well. So then it's a confidence boost for you, but also they will talk to you a lot more in Spanish. So then you practice way more. So not only your confidence is, not only feels, not only does it feel good to sound good, to impress people, but also if you're getting a lot more practice and you feel good about it, you'll improve way faster as well. So it's a win-win. So prepare short and flexible paragraphs of like 3, 5, maybe 10 sentences if it's something really, something you like to talk in detail about. A lot of those small paragraphs. But why do you speak German? Well, I used to live in Germany because I worked in the embassy in Berlin, in the Spanish embassy, because I was this and that. And, okay, so you prepare an island, and you don't have to then regurgitate the whole list of sentences in one go. But once you've memorized the phrases, you can use them flexibly. You can combine them, etc. So how do we learn them? Again, we translate everything. We create a text. We take this text and turn it into an audio file, and we will binge listen to it. We read it from start to finish again and again and again, and we listen to it again and again and again, both. We also shadow it. Shadowing meaning listening and repeating at the same time. You listen to it and you say it aloud while you listen. You can do this while reading, so you play the audio and you simultaneously read and say it aloud while listening, and you do it from start to finish with the whole text again and again. Again, if it's 1,000 sentences, more or less, that's an hour. It's an hour of audio. You can listen and repeat the whole thing from start to finish once a day, every day for 30 days. And you'll probably remember all the phrases. And in a month, you'll be able to speak quite a lot of Spanish just by doing this. Plus, if you're also listening to the audio files while doing something else, well, working out or driving or something, you'll get even better at it. And finally, the last exercise you should do is reading the English from the left and trying to say it in Spanish, translating out loud. Good morning and buenos dias. You check, you look at the right. Yeah, it's correct. You read the second one. Good evening. Buenas noches. Correct. Spanish is good, eh? Um, and yeah, you when you make mistakes, you just keep trying, and it translates the sentences from English into Spanish. You make mistakes, okay, then you repeat the sentence aloud correctly this time, and then you try again and again and again, the whole text from start to finish until you say all of them, all the sentences with very few mistakes, or with ideally with zero mistakes, which maybe it's not a realistic goal for to reach in a few months, but if you do it regularly, translating into the language and then getting the feedback, you'll very quickly improve your ability to think in the language, to form sentences on the fly, uh, to improvise, and also you'll do it with much fewer mistakes. Because if you're constantly making mistakes and getting feedback, and that's the big difference with speaking to people, learning by speaking to people. If you make mistakes when you speak to people, a lot of them, as long as they understand you, they will not correct you. But if you make grammar mistakes here, or this vocabulary that you don't know here, you'll immediately get the answer always. So then you're getting constant feedback, instant feedback constantly. So you're improving at a much faster rate by doing this. Also, you're constantly saying things, sentence after sentence. It's much more systematic than just talk to people, bro. Yeah, go talk to people. If you have people to and you're not shy about it, just go talk to them as well. But do this at home because it's going to be really really useful if you do this regularly. Your ability to speak the language is going to improve very quickly if you're doing this, right? Anyway, I hope you found this helpful, and see you later.